begin with a dramatic introduction that sets the tone. Zebb Quinn's disappearance has haunted Asheville, North Carolina, for decades. It's a case that leaves more questions than answers, and the eerie details only add to its mystery. This is not just another missing persons case, it's a bizarre story with twists that challenge the laws of logic itself. Zebb Quinn was an 18-year-old with his life ahead of him. He had a job at Walmart, friends, and a quiet life in Asheville. Zebb was described as shy, responsible, and generally well-liked by those who knew him. This was not a kid who would have run off or caused trouble. On January 2nd, 2000, after finishing his shift, Zebb met his friend, Robert Owens. They were planning to check out a car Zebb had his eye on, marking a mundane, routine evening. Here's where the story begins to take a strange turn. It was a cold January evening, and after leaving Walmart, Zebb received a page on his beeper. As we go into more detail, explain the significance of beepers back then and how they were the primary means of communication in the late 90s, adding historical context. Zebb's reaction to the page was odd. His behavior shifted abruptly. He seemed agitated, flustered, and in a hurry. He even rear-ended Robert's car in his rush to leave. Robert would later claim that Zebb said he needed to go immediately. But what was it about that message that caused such a sudden and intense reaction? 2 days after Zebb went missing, someone called Walmart claiming to be Zebb and saying he couldn't come into work because he was sick. However, the voice on the phone didn't sound like Zebb's. When investigators traced the call, they found that it was made by Robert Owens. The plot thickened when Robert claimed Zebb had asked him to make the call. Why would Zebb need to do that? Especially since no one had seen him for days? At this point, you could pause to explain the significance of the phone call and what it revealed about Robert Owens's possible involvement. Why would Robert cover for Zebb, and why would Zebb have him make a phone call when he was already missing? A week after Zebb vanished, his car was found in an abandoned parking lot, but this discovery was anything but ordinary. The rear window of the car had a strange and unsettling touch, a pair of lips drawn in lipstick. Who would do such a thing? And why? This detail became one of the most haunting aspects of the case. Inside the car, police found more clues that didn't add up. There was a jacket that didn't belong to Zebb, a live Labrador puppy, and a bottle, things that seemed out of place. Why was the puppy there? Did it belong to Zebb, or was it something else? There were no signs of a struggle, no blood, no indication of foul play, yet Zebb was nowhere to be found. Expand on the oddities surrounding the car and dive into the strange symbolism behind the lipstick and the puppy. What could these objects mean? Could they be connected to the missing Zebb, or were they intended to confuse investigators? As investigators dug deeper into Zebb's life, they discovered a shocking secret. Zebb had been seeing a woman named Misty Taylor, though she was involved with someone else, a violent boyfriend who didn't approve of Zebb and Misty's relationship. Could jealousy have played a role in Zebb's disappearance? Did Zebb feel unsafe? Was there a reason for concern? What did he know that put him in a difficult position? His aunt revealed that the family had been receiving strange, unsettling calls, whispers, hang-ups, and eerie noises. What did these calls mean? Were they from Zebb or part of something bigger? Despite these odd occurrences, the case soon went cold. Years passed without significant leads, leaving both investigators and the public wondering what really happened to Zebb Quinn. Why had no one found him? Did Robert Owens hold answers that remained hidden? Years later, in 2015, Robert Owens was arrested in connection with another serious crime. As investigators looked deeper, they discovered links between that case and the disappearance of Zebb Quinn. In 2017, Owens was officially charged in connection with Zebb's case. Zebb's body was never found. Robert refused to reveal where he had hidden it. This dark revelation left investigators and the public staring into the void with no closure in sight. Why wouldn't Robert give up the body? Was it because he wanted to keep his secret buried forever? Was Robert involved in Zebb's death because of jealousy, anger, or a debt gone wrong? Did Misty's violent boyfriend have something to do with it? Or were there other dark forces at play? Could they be cryptic messages left behind by Robert? Or were they distractions intended to throw off investigators? The disappearance of Zebb Quinn remains unsolved to this day, but what's certain is that Robert Owens knows exactly what happened. His refusal to confess and reveal the whereabouts of Zebb's body has haunted this case for over 2 decades. Will we ever truly know what happened to Zebb Quinn?